Daniel, I have wonderful news. My mother's voice was bright, too bright, the kind of bright that preceded disaster. What is it, Mom? I'm getting married. I almost dropped the phone. Married? To who? Do you remember Marcus Thompson from your high school? The name hit me like a freight train. Marcus Thompson, 6'2", linebacker build, the person who made my high school years a living hell. Marcus Thompson? The Marcus Thompson who gave me a black eye in 10th grade? Who threw my backpack in the toilet? Who called me? He's changed, honey. People change. He's wonderful now. So kind, so caring. Mom, he tortured me for 4 years. That was 20 years ago. We're all different people now. 20 years. I was 38. She was 62. And she just told me she was marrying my childhood bully. Mom, why didn't you tell me you were seeing someone? I wanted to be sure first, and now I am. We're getting married next month. Small ceremony, just family. Does he know about the money? The retirement fund I've been building for you? Silence. Long. Heavy. Mom? About that, I need to tell you something. My stomach dropped. What? The money you've been sending for my retirement condo? I used it. Used it for what? For the wedding, and Marcus found us a house, a beautiful house. 3 bedrooms, garage, backyard. He got a discount because he knows the seller. But we needed money for closing costs, and furniture, and the honeymoon. You spent my retirement savings on a wedding and a honeymoon? It's not your savings, Daniel. It's my life, my future. And Marcus is my future now. I've been saving for 10 years, $75,000. That was for your retirement, for your security. And now I have security with Marcus in our house. Isn't that what you wanted? For me to be secure? Not with him, not with the person who made my life hell. You need to let go of the past, Daniel. Marcus has. I have. You should too. She hung up. I sat in my apartment. 38 years old, single, working 2 jobs, living in a 500-square-foot studio. No savings, no retirement fund. Nothing. Because I'd spent the last 10 years sending every spare dollar to my mother. For her future, for her comfort, for her security. And she'd spent it on a wedding to my high school bully. My name is Daniel Crawford. I'm 38 years old. I've worked 2 jobs since I was 18, never married, never traveled, never bought a house, never saved for my own retirement, because I was saving for my mother's. Let me explain how I got here. My father left when I was 6. Just walked out one day, didn't say goodbye, didn't leave a note, didn't send child support. Mom raised me alone, worked as a receptionist at a dental office, made $28,000 a year. We lived in a small apartment. Hand-me-down clothes, food bank groceries, free lunch program at school. But Mom tried. She always tried. Made birthdays special even when she couldn't afford gifts. Helped with homework even when she was exhausted. Told me I was smart, special, destined for great things. You're going to do better than me, she'd say. You're going to have opportunities I never had. You're going to make something of yourself. I believed her, worked hard in school, got good grades, graduated high school with a 3.8 GPA, got accepted to State University with partial scholarship. But partial wasn't full, and Mom couldn't afford the rest. So I went to community college instead, lived at home, worked part-time at a grocery store, studied between shifts, got my associate's degree in 2 years, transferred to State University, finished my bachelor's in business administration at 23. Mom was so proud, cried at my graduation. You did it, baby. You made it. I knew you would. I got a job in sales, entry level, $32,000 a year. Not great, but better than Mom's salary, better than I'd expected. I moved into my own apartment. Tiny studio, $450 a month rent, furnished from thrift stores, but mine. Mom was 50 then, still working reception, still making poverty wages, still struggling. I visited every Sunday, brought groceries, paid her utility bills sometimes, helped when I could. One Sunday, she looked tired, older, worn down. Mom, are you okay? I'm fine, honey, just tired. You should retire, rest, enjoy life. On what money? My Social Security won't start for another 12 years. I can't retire. What about savings? She laughed, bitter. Savings? Daniel, I've never had savings. Every dollar went to keeping us alive, to raising you, to getting you through school. Guilt hit me hard. She'd sacrificed everything for me, and now she was 60, exhausted, stuck in a low-wage job with no retirement plan. I'll help you retire, I said. You can't afford that. I'll make it work. I'll save. And when you're ready to retire, I'll have enough for a condo. Somewhere nice, where you can rest. Daniel, you need to save for yourself, for your own future. You are my future. You sacrificed for me. Now I sacrifice for you. That's not how this works. That's exactly how it works. You're my mother. I'm taking care of you. End of discussion. She cried, hugged me. Thank you, baby, thank you. I got a second job. Evenings and weekends, bartending at a restaurant, another $15,000 a year. Exhausting, but necessary. I made $47,000 total. Lived on $22,000. Sent Mom the other $25,000 annually. For 10 years, $250,000. That's what I sent her over a decade. She said she was saving it, putting it toward a retirement condo, building a nest egg. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? She was my mother. Meanwhile, my life stayed small. No vacations, no car newer than 10 years old, no dating who had time, no hobbies, no joy, just work. Save. Send money. Repeat. Friends asked why I lived like this. Your mom's an adult. She can take care of herself. She took care of me. Now I take care of her. But you're sacrificing everything. That's what family does. They stopped asking. I turned 35. Mom turned 62. Retirement age. I called her. Mom, we need to talk about your retirement. How much have you saved? I've sent you $225,000 so far. With interest, you should have enough for a nice condo. Oh, Daniel, about that. I need to tell you something. What? The money? I didn't save all of it. My heart stopped. What do you mean? I had expenses. The apartment rent went up. Utilities, car repairs, medical bills. I used some of the money. How much? I don't know, maybe half? Half. $112,000. Gone. Mom, that was for your retirement. I know, and I'm sorry, but I needed it to survive. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. Because she was right. She'd needed money to live. And I'd been sending it for that purpose too. Not just savings, living expenses. Okay, I said, we'll adjust. Keep working 2 jobs. Save more aggressively. We can still get you a condo in a few years. Thank you, baby. You're so good to me. I worked harder, took on extra bartending shifts, stopped eating out completely, canceled my internet, canceled my gym membership, cut every possible expense, sent Mom $3,000 a month, $36,000 a year, for 3 more years. By the time I was 38, I'd sent another $108,000. Total sent over 10 years, $258,000. If she'd saved half like she said, she had $229,000. Enough for a retirement condo. Enough for her future. Then she called about the marriage. To Marcus Thompson, my high school bully, using my money, my decade of sacrifice, to start a new life with the person who'd tortured me. I needed to understand, needed to know why. So I drove to her apartment, 3 hours straight from work, didn't change, didn't eat, just drove. She answered the door looking happy, younger, glowing. Daniel, what a surprise! Come in, come in. Her apartment looked different. New furniture, new TV, new curtains, expensive, way beyond what she could afford on her salary. Mom, we need to talk. Of course, sit down. Can I get you something? Coffee, water? No, I need answers about Marcus, about the money, about everything. She sat across from me, still smiling, like nothing was wrong. What do you want to know? How did you even meet him? How did this happen? Oh, it's such a sweet story. We reconnected at a grocery store 6 months ago. I was shopping, and there he was. We started talking. He remembered you from high school, said he always felt bad about how he treated you back then. Felt bad? He gave me a black eye, threw my books in the trash, called me names every single day for 4 years. He said he was going through a rough time. His parents were divorcing. He was acting out. He's so sorry about all that. Did he apologize to me? Directly? Well, no, but he will when you meet him at the wedding. I'm not going to your wedding. Daniel, don't be like that. He's changed. He's wonderful. He owns his own construction company, makes good money. He's stable, secure, everything I need. You don't need him. You have the retirement fund, the money I've been sending for 10 years. Her smile faltered. About that, tell me the truth. All of it. How much do you actually have saved? She looked away. Not much. How much? Maybe 30,000? 30,000 out of 258,000 I'd sent over a decade. $228,000. Gone. Where did it go? Living expenses, medical bills, car payments, furniture, clothes, things I needed. $228,000 in things you needed? Daniel, I was poor my whole life. I worked minimum wage jobs. I wore thrift store clothes. I drove broken down cars. For the first time in my life, I had money. I could afford things, nice things. I bought myself a decent wardrobe, got my teeth fixed, bought this furniture, treated myself to little luxuries. Is that so wrong? It's not yours. It's my money. I sent it for your retirement. You sent it to me. It became my money to use how I wanted. For retirement, that was the agreement. There was no agreement. You offered to help. I accepted. I never promised to save every penny. But you knew what it was for. I knew what you wanted it for, but Daniel, I had my own needs, my own life. I couldn't just squirrel away every dollar while I suffered. You weren't suffering. I was sending you $3,000 a month. Your rent is $800. How are you spending the other $2,200 every month? On life. On finally having a life. I'm 62 years old. I've been poor for 60 years. Do you know what that's like? Never having enough. Never being able to afford anything. Always struggling. When you started sending money, it was the first time I could breathe. Could enjoy something, could feel like a normal person. So you spent my decade of sacrifice on enjoying yourself? I spent it on living, finally living. And yes, I used some for the wedding and the house. Because Marcus is my future now, my security. What about the retirement condo, the plan? Plans change. I don't need a condo. I have a house with Marcus. You said he got it at a discount. What does that mean? His friend was selling, gave him a deal. $250,000 instead of $350,000. And how much did you contribute? She hesitated. $75,000. $75,000. More than double what she claimed to have saved. You said you only had $30,000 saved. I did. But I also used the money you sent this year, the $36,000, and I borrowed some from Marcus. Borrowed? He loaned me $10,000 for closing costs and the wedding. I'll pay him back. With what money? You don't have any. With yours. You'll keep sending money, right? Like you always do. I stared at her. This woman, My mother, who'd raised me, sacrificed for me, whom I'd spent a decade working myself to exhaustion for. She was treating me like an ATM, like my sacrifice was a subscription service she'd signed up for. Mom, I've been working 2 jobs for 10 years, 70-hour weeks, no social life, no relationships, no savings of my own, no retirement, nothing, all for you. I know, and I'm grateful. Are you? Because it doesn't sound like it. Of course I am. You've helped me so much. Helped you spend $228,000 on furniture and clothes and luxuries while I lived in a studio apartment eating ramen. I didn't ask you to do that. You chose to live small. That's not my fault. I lived small so you could live comfortably. And I did. I finally lived comfortably after 60 years of poverty. Why are you angry that I enjoyed your gifts? Because they weren't gifts. They were investments in your retirement, in your future. No, Daniel, they were your guilt money, your way of paying me back for raising you. And I accepted them gracefully, used them well, and now I'm moving forward with my life, with Marcus, in our house, and I'd like you to be happy for me. Happy? You married my high school bully with my money, and you want me to be happy? Yes, because he makes me happy. Because for the first time in 20 years, I'm not alone. I have a partner, someone who cares about me, who wants to build a life with me. Isn't that what you wanted? For me to be secure? Not like this, never like this. Then how, Daniel? Tell me, how was I supposed to find security? Keep working until I died? Live in a tiny apartment alone forever? Never have companionship or love or anything good? You could have dated, met someone, anyone but Marcus. I did date for years. Know how many men want to date a 62-year-old receptionist with no money? None. Marcus was the first person in 20 years who saw me, really saw me, who wanted me, who thought I was beautiful. Do you know what that feels like after decades of invisibility? I didn't answer. Couldn't. Marcus makes me feel alive, she continued. He's attentive, kind, funny. He treats me like I matter. And yes, he's your high school bully. But that was 20 years ago. He was 17, a stupid kid. He's 40 now. He's grown, changed. He's not that person anymore. Did you ever think about me? About how this would make me feel? Of course I did, but Daniel, I can't live my life based on your feelings about someone from high school. I deserve happiness. I deserve love. And I found it with Marcus. Using my money. Using money you freely gave me, yes. I didn't freely give it. I gave it for a specific purpose. A purpose you decided on, not me. You made a plan for my life without asking what I wanted, and now you're angry that I didn't follow your plan. Because your plan was to marry the person who tormented me. My plan was to not die alone. We both stopped, breathing hard, staring at each other. Finally, she spoke. Quieter now. Daniel, I love you. You're my son. You've been so generous, so devoted. But I'm not a project. I'm not a retirement plan you can manage. I'm a person with my own wants, my own needs, my own life. And I chose to spend the money you gave me on living that life. On finally having something good. I'm sorry if that hurts you, but I'm not sorry for choosing happiness. Even if that happiness cost me everything? You chose to give everything. I didn't force you. You let me think it was going toward your retirement. I never said that explicitly. You assumed. You never corrected me. Because I knew you'd stop sending money if I told you the truth. That I was spending it on living, not just saving. So you lied. I omitted. There's a difference. Not really. She sighed. I'm getting married next month. I'd like you there. I'd like you to meet Marcus as he is now, not as you remember him. Give him a chance. Give us a chance. I can't. Why not? Because every time I look at him, I'll see the kid who made my life hell, and I'll know that my mother chose him over me, using my sacrifice. I didn't choose him over you. I chose him for me. Same thing. It's not. It is to me. I left, drove home 3 hours, crying most of the way, got to my studio apartment, 500 square feet, old furniture, no savings, no retirement, no life, and my mother had a house, a husband, a future, built on my sacrifice. I didn't know what to do, so I called the only person I could think of, my cousin Rachel. Dan, what's wrong? Everything, I told her. Everything. The 10 years, the $258,000, Marcus, the house, the wedding. She was quiet for a long time. Dan, I'm so sorry. What do I do? Legally? Probably nothing. You gave her the money freely, no contract, no formal agreement. She can spend it however she wants. Even though she knew what it was for? Even though. Verbal agreements about gifts are hard to enforce. So I just lose everything? Not everything. You learn something valuable. What? That you can't save people who don't want to be saved, and that sacrifice without boundaries becomes exploitation. She's my mother. I know, but Dan, you can't light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. You've been doing that for 10 years, and it didn't work. She's not grateful. She's entitled, and she'll keep taking as long as you keep giving. What do I do now? You stop. Stop sending money. Stop sacrificing. Stop putting her needs above yours. Start building your own life. I don't know how. You learn. Therapy might help. And Dan? You need to grieve. Grieve the mother you thought you had. The one who'd appreciate your sacrifice. Who'd honor it. Because that mother doesn't exist. The real one spends your money on furniture and weddings and doesn't feel bad about it. That's harsh, but true? Yeah, true. I hung up, sat in my empty apartment, thought about the last 10 years, 70-hour work weeks, no vacations, no relationships, no savings, no future. All for a mother who saw my sacrifice as an allowance, who spent it freely, who married my childhood bully with it, and expected me to be happy for her. I called Mom 2 days later. Hi, honey, have you thought about the wedding? I'm not coming. Daniel. And I'm not sending any more money. Silence. What? I'm done. No more money, no more help. You're on your own. But Daniel, I don't care what you need. You used my sacrifice for luxuries, spent my retirement on your wedding. You made your choice. Now I'm making mine. You can't just abandon me. I'm not abandoning you. I'm stopping the exploitation. There's a difference. Exploitation? I never exploited you. You let me work myself to exhaustion for 10 years, thinking I was securing your future, then spent the money on clothes and furniture and Marcus. That's exploitation. I needed those things. Ah, you needed $228,000 worth of things? You're being cruel. I'm being realistic. You made your choice. Marcus is your security now. You said so yourself, so he can support you. He's not rich. He makes decent money, but not my problem. Daniel, please, I'm your mother. And I'm your son, the one you've been using for a decade. That stops now. I never used you. Yes, you did, and you know it. You just don't care. I hung up, blocked her number, blocked her email, blocked her on social media, cut her off completely. It hurt. God, it hurt. But Rachel was right. I couldn't keep lighting myself on fire. I quit my bartending job, kept my sales job, went down to 40 hours a week. Suddenly, I had time. Evenings, weekends, freedom. I didn't know what to do with it. Started therapy twice a week, worked through the guilt, the anger, the betrayal. You spent 10 years trying to earn your mother's love, my therapist said, through sacrifice, through money. But love isn't earned that way. Either she loves you or she doesn't. And her love shouldn't cost you everything. But she raised me, sacrificed for me, and you've paid that back. 10 times over. You don't owe her your entire life. Then why do I feel so guilty? Because she trained you to feel guilty. That's how she controlled you, kept you giving, kept you sacrificing. Is she a narcissist? I can't diagnose someone I haven't met, but her behavior shows narcissistic patterns, using your guilt, minimizing your sacrifice, centering her needs, never acknowledging the cost to you. So what do? You build your own life, independent of her. You're 38, you have time, you have skills, you have value beyond what you can give her. Start believing that. I tried. God, I tried. Started dating. Awkwardly. I hadn't dated in 10 years. Didn't know how anymore. Joined a gym. Started exercising. Lost 15 pounds. Made friends. People from work. From the gym. Actual social connections. Saved money. For the first time in a decade, I had savings. Built it up. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. For me, not for anyone else. For me. It felt strange. Selfish. Wrong. But also good. Really good. 6 months after cutting Mom off, she called from a different number. I answered before checking. Daniel, please don't hang up. I almost did, but I didn't. What do you want? I wanted to tell you. We're moving. Marcus got a job in Colorado, construction company out there. We're selling the house, moving next month. Okay. I thought you'd want to know. Why? Because, I don't know, because you helped pay for it? No, you paid for it. With the money I sent, that you spent however you wanted. Daniel, I'm sorry. I know you're hurt. I know you feel betrayed. But I did what I thought was right. For me. I know. Can we fix this before I move? Can we talk? We are talking. Really talk. Face to face, please. I don't want to leave things broken. I thought about it. Thought about everything. The 10 years, the sacrifice, the betrayal. No. Daniel, you made your choice, Mom. You chose Marcus. You chose the money. You chose yourself. And I'm choosing me now. For the first time in a decade, I'm choosing me. That's so selfish. Yeah, it is, and it feels amazing. I'm your mother. And I'm your son. Not your retirement plan, not your ATM, not your emotional support animal. Your son. A person with value beyond what I can give you. I never said you didn't have value. Well, you showed it. Every day for 10 years. I was only valuable when I was useful, when I was sending money. Now I'm not useful anymore. So you're moving to Colorado with Marcus. And I'm staying here, building my own life. I love you. Maybe in your way. But your way costs too much, and I can't afford it anymore. What does that mean? It means I'm done with the guilt, with the sacrifice, with trying to earn love that should be freely given. I'm done. So that's it? You're just cutting me off forever? I don't know about forever, but for now, yes. I need space. I need to heal. I need to build a life that isn't about you. That's cruel. No, that's survival. I hung up, blocked the new number, and I didn't cry, didn't feel guilty, didn't feel anything except relief. Mom moved to Colorado, I heard through family. She and Marcus bought a smaller house. He works construction. She works part-time at a dental office. They seem happy. Good for them. Me? I'm doing okay. Changed jobs, got into tech sales, better pay, 45-hour weeks, benefits, work-life balance, dating someone. Sarah, she's a teacher, kind, understanding. We're taking it slow, but it's good, really good. Saved $70,000 in 3 years. Building my own retirement fund now. For me, bought a one-bedroom condo, small, but mine. Have hobbies, rock climbing, reading, cooking, have friends. A real social circle. People who value me for me, not for what I can give them. And therapy. Still in therapy. Working through it all, the guilt, the anger, the betrayal. Do you regret it? Sarah asked last week. The 10 years? The sacrifice? Yes and no. Explain. I regret the cost, the toll it took, the opportunities I missed, the life I didn't live. And the no? I learned who I am, what I'm capable of, what I'm worth. I learned that sacrifice without reciprocity is exploitation, that love shouldn't cost everything, that I deserve better. Those are expensive lessons. $258,000 worth? Was it worth it? No, but I'm making it worth it by living differently now, by choosing differently. Do you think you'll ever talk to your mom again? I don't know. Maybe. If she apologizes, really apologizes, acknowledges what she did, takes responsibility, maybe then. And if she doesn't, then I'll be okay anyway, because I don't need her validation anymore. I have my own. Last month, I got a letter from Colorado, Mom's handwriting. I almost threw it away, but I opened it. Dear Daniel, I know you don't want to hear from me. I know you're angry. I know I hurt you. I've been doing a lot of thinking. Marcus and I are in couples counseling, working through some things. And my therapist suggested I write you a letter. So here it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for using you, for taking your money and spending it selfishly, for not appreciating your sacrifice, for minimizing your pain, for marrying Marcus without considering how it would affect you. I was so focused on my own loneliness, my own needs, that I couldn't see what I was doing to you, couldn't see the cost you were paying. You gave me 10 years of your life, worked yourself to exhaustion, sacrificed everything, and I treated it like an allowance, like it was owed to me. It wasn't. You didn't owe me anything. You chose to help, and I should have honored that choice, respected it, appreciated it. Instead, I exploited it, used it, took advantage of your love. That was wrong. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't deserve it. But I wanted you to know. I see it now. I see what I did, and I'm ashamed. You deserved better. You deserve better. I hope you're building a good life, a life for yourself. I hope you found happiness. You've earned it. I love you. I know I didn't show it well, but I do. I always have. Love, Mom. I read it 3 times. Then I put it in a drawer. Didn't respond, didn't call, didn't write back, because an apology doesn't erase 10 years, doesn't refund $258,000, doesn't undo the betrayal. But it's something, a start, an acknowledgement. Maybe someday I'll respond, maybe someday I'll forgive, maybe someday we'll rebuild something, but not today. Today I'm still healing, still building my own life, still learning to value myself without her validation. And that's okay. That's enough. I spent my life saving for my mother's retirement. She spent it on a new husband and a house and luxuries. Was any of my sacrifice real, or just collateral damage in her fantasy? I don't know. Maybe both, but I know this. I'm not sacrificing anymore. Not for anyone who doesn't value it. Not for anyone who takes without giving back. I'm building my own life now, my own retirement, my own future. And it's going to be enough for me, finally. I didn't respond to Mom's letter immediately, filed it away, thought about it. Let it sit. Sarah asked about it one evening. We were cooking dinner together in my condo. Actual cooking. Something I'd never had time for during the 10-year sacrifice years. Did you ever write back to your mom? No. Are you going to? I don't know. Part of me wants to. Part of me thinks responding at all validates what she did. An apology isn't validation. Isn't it, though? If I accept the apology, doesn't that mean I'm okay with what happened? No. It means you're acknowledging that she acknowledged wrongdoing. That's different from being okay with it. Feels the same. It's not. I chopped vegetables, thought about Mom's letter, the apology, the admission of wrongdoing. She said she was in therapy. That's good. Is it? Or is it just another performance? Another way to manipulate me into responding. Do you think it's manipulation? I don't know what to think anymore. For 10 years, I thought she was grateful, appreciative, honored by my sacrifice. Turns out she just saw it as money. Her money to spend however she wanted. And now she says she was wrong after she already spent everything, after she already moved to Colorado with Marcus, after she already got what she wanted. Now she's sorry? Maybe she needed distance to see it clearly. Or maybe she just misses the money. Sarah set down her knife. Dan, you don't have to respond. You don't owe her anything. Not forgiveness, not a conversation, nothing. But holding on to anger forever will hurt you more than it hurts her. So I should just forgive her? I didn't say that. I said you should consider what you want for yourself, not for her. What do you need to move forward? What did I need? I thought about that for days, weeks, months. And then I wrote back, Mom, I got your letter. Thank you for the apology. I'm sure it was hard to write. I'm not ready to forgive. Maybe someday, but not now. The 10 years I spent sacrificing cost me more than money. They cost me my 20s and 30s, cost me relationships, career opportunities, my own retirement, my own life. I can't get those years back, and an apology doesn't refund them. But I appreciate you acknowledging what you did. That's more than I expected. I'm building my own life now. I have a job I like, a girlfriend who treats me well, friends, hobbies, savings, all the things I sacrificed for you. And I'm okay. Not great, not healed, but okay. Maybe someday we can have a relationship again. Maybe someday I can see you without feeling used. But that day isn't today. I hope you and Marcus are happy. I hope Colorado is good for you. I hope therapy helps, but I need space. I need time. I need to build a life that isn't about you. I'll contact you when I'm ready. If I'm ready. Until then, please respect my boundaries. Daniel, I mailed it. Didn't expect a response. She didn't send one, and that was okay. Better than okay. It was progress. The next 2 years were transformative. I got promoted at work, regional sales manager, $68,000 a year, actual career progression. Sarah and I moved in together, combined our condos into a small house, 2 bedrooms, office space, backyard with a garden, got engaged, small ceremony planned, just close friends and family. Not Mom. I wasn't ready. My savings grew, $100,000. For the first time in my life, I had a 6-figure nest egg. For me, started investing, retirement accounts, index funds, actual financial planning, learned to say no to requests for money from family, to overtime at work, to obligations that didn't serve me, boundaries, real ones, and the freedom they brought. But sometimes, late at night, I'd think about Mom, about the 10 years, about Marcus. And I'd wonder, did Marcus really change? Or did Mom just need to believe he did? I looked him up online, found his construction company website, read reviews, mixed. Some praised his work. Others complained about overcharges, late completions, poor communication, same Marcus, different job, not changed, just older. And Mom had married him anyway. Spent my money to build a life with someone who hadn't actually transformed, who was still the same person underneath. That bothered me more than it should. So I called Rachel, my cousin, the one who'd advised me to cut Mom off. Dan, how are you? Good, really good, but I need to ask you something. Shoot. Do you think people can really change, fundamentally? That's a heavy question. Why? Mom married Marcus, said he changed, that he's not the bully from high school anymore, but I looked him up, read reviews of his business. He still overcharges, still manipulates, still uses people. So you think he hasn't changed? I think he's older Marcus, same person, just with different targets. Probably right. So why did Mom marry him? because she needed to believe he changed, needed to believe she was making a good choice, not just a desperate one. Is that fair? To him? To Marcus? Who cares? He's a grown man. If he wants to be married to someone who's rewriting his history, that's his problem. And to Mom, she's living in a fantasy. Eventually, reality will hit. Marcus will show who he really is, and she'll have to deal with it. Will she? Maybe. Or maybe she'll keep rationalizing, keep pretending, keep rewriting history to make herself the hero of her own story. That's sad. It is, but Dan, not your circus, not your monkeys. She made her choices. She's living with them. You've moved on. Stay moved on. I am. Good. Don't let her pull you back in, even from a distance, even in your thoughts. She doesn't get to rent space in your head anymore. You're right. I know. I'm always right. I laughed. Thanks, Rachel. Anytime, cuz. I hung up feeling lighter. Rachel was right. Mom's choices weren't my problem anymore. 3 years after cutting contact, I got another call. Different number. Colorado area code. I almost didn't answer, but I did. Daniel, it's Mom. I asked you to respect my boundaries. I know, and I have, but this is important. I need to tell you something. What? Marcus and I are divorcing. I sat down. What happened? He cheated multiple times with clients, with neighbors. He's been cheating for over a year. I'm sorry. Are you? Yes, Ma. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, even you. She was quiet. Then, you were right. He didn't change. He's the same person he was in high school, just better at hiding it. What are you going to do? I don't know. The house is in both our names. He wants to sell. Split proceeds. I'd get maybe 80,000. Not enough to buy anything else. Not enough to retire. I'll have to keep working. And there it was. The real reason for the call. The setup. The ask. Mom, if you're calling to ask for money, I'm not, I swear. I'm telling you what's happening. I thought you'd want to know. Okay, now I know. Daniel, I made a mistake. A huge mistake. I threw away your sacrifice for a man who didn't deserve it, who didn't change, who used me just like I used you. That's karma. That's cruel. Is it? You used my 10 years of sacrifice to marry a man I hated, spent my money on luxuries and weddings. Now you're losing it all. That's not cruelty, that's consequences. So you don't care? I care that you're hurting. I don't care that you're facing the results of your choices. Can I ask you something? Go ahead. If I'd saved the money, put it toward retirement like you wanted, would we still be in contact? I thought about that. Really thought. I don't know, maybe, probably, because it wouldn't have been about the money. It would have been about respect, honoring my sacrifice, showing that you valued what I gave you. I did value it. You didn't. You spent it frivolously, married the person who tormented me, never considered how any of it would affect me. That's not valuing, that's using. I see that now. Good. Use that wisdom going forward. Does this mean we can talk, rebuild? I don't know. I'm getting married in 6 months. Sarah and I are planning a life together, a future. I don't know if there's room for you in it yet. You're getting married? Daniel, that's wonderful. Can I come? No. But I'm your mother. And you made choices that severed our relationship. I'm not ready to include you in important moments yet. Maybe someday, but not now. That's not fair. Life isn't fair, Mom. You taught me that. I hung up, hands shaking. Sarah found me sitting on the couch, staring at nothing. Was that her? Yeah. What did she want? To tell me she's divorcing Marcus. He cheated. Wow. Yeah. How do you feel? Vindicated, angry, sad, all of it. Do you want to help her? No, yes, I don't know. Part of me wants to say, I told you so. Part of me feels bad for her. Part of me wants to send money just to fix her problems. But I can't. I won't. Good. Is it good? She's my mother. She's struggling. And she has to learn to solve her own problems without using you. That's healthy. It doesn't feel healthy. It feels cruel. Boundaries often do, especially when you're not used to having them. I leaned into Sarah. She held me, and I let myself feel it. All of it. The anger, the sadness, the guilt. And then I let it go. Mom called 3 more times over the next year. I didn't answer. She sent emails. I deleted them, unread. She sent birthday cards. I threw them away because I was done. Really done. Not with anger, not with punishment, just with exhaustion. I was tired of her drama, her crises, her constant need for rescue. I had my own life now, and I was protecting it. Sarah and I got married. Beautiful ceremony, 100 guests, close friends, her family, some of my family, not Mom. Rachel was there. I'm proud of you, cuz you stuck to your boundaries. It was hard. The right thing usually is. At the reception, someone asked where my mother was. I said she couldn't make it, didn't elaborate, nobody pushed. And that was that. I got married without my mother, and it was okay. Better than okay. It was peaceful. No drama, no manipulation, no wondering if she'd cause a scene or demand attention. Just Sarah, me, our people, our day. Perfect. 2 years into marriage, Sarah got pregnant. We were thrilled, terrified, excited, all the new parent emotions. And I thought about Mom, about whether to tell her, whether to let her be a grandmother. What do you think? I asked Sarah. It's your call. She's your mother. But our child? True. Do you want her in our child's life? I don't know. Part of me thinks she deserves the chance. Part of me thinks she'll just use the baby to manipulate me, get access, get money, get control. Then set boundaries. She can meet the baby, but supervised visits. No money, no obligations, just grandmother visits. And if she pushes for more, then we cut contact again. We're in control now, not her. I thought about it, decided to try. One more time. I called her. She answered immediately. Daniel. Hi, Mom. Oh, my God. I've been hoping you'd call. I'm not calling to rebuild. I'm calling to tell you something. Sarah's pregnant. Silence. Then crying. Daniel, that's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Thanks. Can I meet the baby when it's born? Maybe if you follow rules. Rules? You visit when invited. You don't ask for money. You don't guilt trip me. You respect our boundaries. You act like a grandmother, not a victim. I can do that. Can you? Because track record suggests otherwise. I've changed, Daniel. The divorce, therapy, losing you, it changed me. We'll see. Our son was born 6 months later. Michael, 8 pounds, healthy, perfect. Mom flew out to meet him, stayed in a hotel, visited for 2 hours, held Michael, cried, left without drama, progress. She visited 3 more times that year, always respectful, always boundaried, always appropriate. I stayed cautious, waiting for the manipulation, the request for money, the guilt trip. It never came. I think she really has changed, Sarah said after the 4th visit. Maybe. You don't believe it? I want to, but I've been burned before. Fair. At Michael's first birthday party, Mom gave him a gift. A savings bond, $500 for his college fund, she said. I know I spent yours. This is my way of starting to make amends. I didn't know what to say, so I said nothing. Just nodded, thanked her. After she left, I looked at the bond. Real, legitimate, not a scam, not manipulation, just a gift. She's trying, Sarah said. Yeah. Does that change anything? I don't know, maybe, little by little. Over the next 3 years, Mom kept trying. Sent birthday gifts, called occasionally, never asked for money, never created drama, just existed. Appropriately. And slowly, carefully, I let her back in. Not fully, not the way it was before, but enough. We had lunch sometimes when she visited, talked about safe topics, Michael, weather, her job, my job. Never about the 10 years, never about Marcus, never about the money. Those topics were landmines, buried, left alone, and that was okay. We didn't need to excavate every hurt. Sometimes healing meant leaving things buried. Michael turned 5, started kindergarten, smart kid, funny, kind, everything I'd hoped for. Mom visited for his birthday, brought a present, age appropriate, thoughtful. He's wonderful, Daniel. You and Sarah are doing a great job. Thanks. I'm proud of you for building this life, this family, despite everything. Thanks, Mom. I know I hurt you. I know I can't undo it. But I want you to know. I see it now. I see what I cost you, and I'm sorry. Every day I'm sorry. I know. Do you forgive me? I thought about it. Really thought. I'm working on it. Forgiveness isn't a switch. It's a process. And I'm processing. That's fair. But Mom, thank you for trying, for respecting boundaries, for showing up consistently. That matters. I'm trying to be the mother you deserved, even if it's 20 years too late. It's not too late. It's just different. She hugged me. I let her, and it felt okay. Not perfect, not healed, but okay. Progress. That's all I could ask for. Progress. I spent my life saving for my mother's retirement. She spent it on a fantasy with my high school bully. It cost me 10 years. $258,000. My 20s, my 30s. Relationships I never had. Opportunities I never took. And for what? For her to learn the hard way that Marcus hadn't changed, that her fantasy was delusion. Was it worth it? No. Would I do it again? Never. But did I survive it? Yes. Did I build something better? Also, yes. A life, a wife, a son, savings, career, friends, hobbies, boundaries. All the things I sacrificed for her, I eventually gave myself, and that's the real ending. Not forgiveness, not reconciliation, not even closure, just survival, growth, the refusal to let her choices define my entire story. She gets a chapter, an important, painful chapter, but not the whole book. The rest is mine, to write however I want, and I'm choosing happiness, security, boundaries, self-respect, all the things I gave away for 10 years, I'm keeping now, for me, for Sarah, for Michael, for the life I'm building, one choice at a time. That's enough, more than enough, it's everything. When Michael turned 7, he asked about his grandmother. Dad, how come Grandma Patricia doesn't live near us like Grandma Louise? Sarah's mother lived 20 minutes away. Grandma Patricia lives in Colorado. It's far away. Why doesn't she move here? Because her life is there. But doesn't she want to be near us? How do you explain complicated family history to a 7-year-old? It's complicated, buddy. Gosh, did you fight? Sort of. About what? Grown-up stuff, money, choices, things that happened a long time ago. Are you still mad? I thought about it. Was I still mad? Not as mad as I used to be. Now I'm just careful. Careful of what? Of getting hurt again. Did Grandma Patricia hurt you? Yeah, she did. But she's trying to be better now. And I'm trying to let her. That's good. Trying is good. Out of the mouths of babes. Yeah, buddy, trying is good. Michael thought for a moment. I like Grandma Patricia. She's nice to me. I'm glad. But I like Grandma Louise better because she's here more. That makes sense. Does that make you sad? No, it makes sense. You love the people who show up. That's normal. Do you love Grandma Patricia? Another impossible question. I do, but it's complicated love, with boundaries and conditions and hurt mixed in. That sounds hard. It is. I love you, Dad. I love you too, buddy. He hugged me and ran off to play. And I sat there thinking about love. Complicated love. The kind you can't escape, but also can't fully embrace. That was my relationship with Mom now. Love at a distance, with guardrails, with caution. Not ideal, but survivable. That same year, Rachel called with news. Dan, you sitting down? Should I be? Yeah, I saw your mom. In Colorado? No, here in Florida. My heart sank. She moved back? Yep, got a job at a dental office in Tampa, renting a small apartment, 20 minutes from you. She didn't tell me. I figured. That's why I'm calling. Thought you'd want to know before you ran into her at the grocery store. Thanks, Rachel. You okay? I don't know. Part of me is annoyed she didn't tell me. Part of me understands why she didn't. What are you going to do? Nothing right now. If she wants to reach out, she knows how. Until then, I'm staying neutral. Good plan, Mom called 2 days later. Daniel, I need to tell you something. You moved back to Florida. Silence. How did you know? Rachel saw you. Oh, I was going to tell you. I didn't want you to think I was following you or trying to force my way back into your life. Then why did you move here? Because Michael is here and you, and I missed being close. I know I don't have a right to demand proximity, but I wanted the option to see you more, to be available if you needed me. I don't need you, Mom. I know, but maybe Michael will someday. Maybe you will. And I want to be close enough to help. Helping comes with boundaries. I know, and I'm respecting them. I'm not asking to see you more or to be involved more. I'm just here, if you want me to be. Okay. Okay? Yeah, okay. You're allowed to live where you want, and I'm allowed to control how much contact we have. As long as we both understand that, it's fine. Thank you, Daniel. Don't thank me. Just keep respecting the boundaries. I will. I promise. She kept her promise for the most part. She lived 20 minutes away for 2 years before she ever showed up unannounced. And even then, it was because she'd made cookies for Michael and was dropping them off. I know I should have called first, she said at the door, but I was in the neighborhood and thought, Mom, next time call first. I know, I'm sorry, I will. She handed me the cookies, left immediately. Didn't push for an invitation inside. Progress. Sarah noticed the change too. Your mom's really trying. Yeah. Does that make it easier? A little, but I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop. For her to ask for money or create drama or revert to old patterns. And if she doesn't, then maybe I'll fully relax. Maybe I'll trust again, but not yet. That's fair. Michael loved the cookies. Grandma Patricia makes good cookies. She does. Can she come over more? Maybe if she keeps respecting boundaries. What are boundaries again? Rules, limits, things that keep everyone safe and happy. Oh, then yeah, if she follows the rules, she can come over. Exactly. When Michael was 9, he asked if Grandma Patricia could come to his piano recital. Are you sure, buddy? That's a big event. We usually keep those for close family. She is close family. She's my grandma. True. Okay, I'll ask her. I called Mom. Michael wants you at his piano recital next Saturday. Really? He asked for me? Yeah. I'd love to come. Thank you, Daniel. There are conditions. Of course. You sit with us. You don't make a scene. You don't guilt trip me for not inviting you to previous events. You behave like a normal grandmother. I will, I promise. She came, sat quietly, clapped for Michael, congratulated him afterward, didn't create drama. Perfect behavior. After the recital, Michael hugged her. Thanks for coming, Grandma. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Watching them together, I felt something shift. Not forgiveness, not full trust, but acceptance. This was my reality now. A mother who'd hurt me deeply but was trying to do better. a relationship that would never be what it was, but could be something new, different, boundaried, careful, but real. Sarah's mother, Louise, pulled me aside after the recital. Your mom seems nice. She's trying to be us. That's good. Michael clearly loves her. He does. Do you? Another impossible question. I love the version of her that respects boundaries. That shows up appropriately. That doesn't ask for more than I can give. That's not the same as loving her. No, but it's close enough for now. Louise hugged me. You're doing good, Daniel, with all of it. Thanks. Your son is lucky to have you. I'm lucky to have him. And I was. Michael was everything I'd sacrificed, everything I'd worked for, everything I'd protected, a life, a future, happiness, all the things I'd tried to give Mom, I'd eventually given myself, and now I was giving them to my son. That felt right, complete, like the circle had closed. Not perfectly, not without scars, but closed nonetheless. That night, Sarah asked about my conversation with Louise. What did she want? To tell me I'm doing good. You are. Am I? Sometimes I feel like I'm just surviving, making it through each day without completely screwing everything up. That's called parenting, and adulting, and being human. We laughed, and I realized I was happy, actually happy. Despite everything Mom had done, despite the 10 years of sacrifice, despite the betrayal and pain and complicated recovery, I was happy. That felt like winning, like revenge, but better. Not hurting her back, not making her suffer, just thriving despite her, living well as the best response. When Michael turned 10, he asked if we could visit Grandma Patricia's apartment. Why? I want to see where she lives. I've never been there. That's because we set boundaries. I know, but can we change them just for one visit? I looked at Sarah. She shrugged. Your call. I thought about it, weighed risks, considered consequences. Okay, we can visit. For 1 hour, then we leave. Thanks, Dad. Mom was thrilled when I called. You want to visit here? Michael asked. 1 hour, that's it. 1 hour is wonderful, thank you. Her apartment was small. 1 bedroom, clean, modest, affordable. Nothing like the house she'd bought with Marcus. Nothing like the fantasy she'd chased. Just a normal retirement apartment for a woman living on dental receptionist wages. Michael explored while Mom made coffee. It's nice, Mom. It's small, but it's enough. I don't need much anymore. What happened to the house in Colorado? Marcus got it in the divorce, sold it, kept the money. I got nothing. I'm sorry. Don't be, I deserved it. Karma, like you said. Still harsh. Fair, though. We sat in her small living room, drinking coffee, watching Michael look at photos on her bookshelf. Daniel, can I ask you something? Go ahead. Do you regret helping me the 10 years of sacrifice? I thought carefully. I regret how it ended, how you used the money, how you married Marcus, how you disregarded my sacrifice. But not the helping itself? No, because helping taught me who I am, what I'm capable of, what my limits are. Those are valuable lessons. Expensive lessons. Very, but valuable. If you could go back, would you do it differently? Yes, I'd set boundaries earlier. I'd demand transparency about how money was used. I'd require quarterly reports. I'd keep control instead of handing it over blindly. But you'd still help? Probably, because you're my mother and I loved you. But I'd help differently, smarter, with protection. I don't deserve your continued kindness. Probably not, but I'm not kind for you. I'm kind for me, because being cruel would make me like you used to be. And I refuse to become that. She absorbed that. That's fair. Michael came over holding a photo. Grandma, who's this? Mom looked at it. That's Marcus, my ex-husband. He looks mean. He was complicated. Dad says he was Dad's bully in school. Mom glanced at me. He was. He wasn't nice to your dad back then. Why did you marry him if he was mean? Out of the mouths of babes. Again, Mom struggled for an answer. Because I thought he'd changed, but I was wrong. People don't really change. Some do, most don't. I should have listened to your dad. Dad's usually right, I laughed. Not always, buddy. Most times, though. The hour passed quickly. We said our goodbyes. Mom walked us to the car. Thank you for coming, for letting Michael see my home. He wanted to, that matters. It does. Daniel, I know I can't undo the past, but I'm trying to build a better future. With you, with Michael, with boundaries and respect and actual change. I see that, and do you believe it? I'm getting there. That's enough. It was, for now, enough. We drove home. Michael talked about the visit, about how small Grandma's apartment was, about the photos, about the cookies she'd sent home with us. Dad, why doesn't Grandma have a bigger place? Because she doesn't have a lot of money. Why not? Because she made some bad choices with money she had before. Like what? She spent it on things that didn't last, people who didn't deserve it, dreams that didn't work out. That's sad. It is. Can we help her? And there it was, the question I'd been dreading. No, buddy. Why not? Because Grandma needs to take care of herself now. We help in small ways, visits, time, love, but not money. That's a boundary we have. Because of what happened before? Yeah, because of what happened before. Okay, that makes sense. He accepted it, moved on. No guilt trip, no argument, just acceptance. Kids are amazing that way. They accept boundaries without the emotional baggage adults carry. That night, Sarah asked how the visit went. Good, better than expected. Think you'll do it again? Maybe, if Michael wants to. And if he doesn't? Then we won't. This is about him now, not about me fixing my relationship with Mom. When did you get so wise? Therapy, lots of therapy. We laughed, and I realized I'd survived. More than survived. I'd built something good, despite everything. That felt like the real ending, the actual resolution. Not reconciliation with Mom, not forgiveness, not even full trust. Just peace with who she is, with who I am, with what our relationship can and cannot be. Bounded, careful, real, and that's enough, more than enough. It's everything I need it to be. Years passed. Michael grew, started middle school, then high school, smart kid, popular. Nothing like me at his age. Mom stayed consistent, respectful, present but not intrusive. The grandmother Michael needed, the mother I could tolerate. We had dinner together once a month, always at our house, always with Sarah present, always with time limits. Safe, boundaried, sustainable. At one of those dinners, when Michael was 15, he asked about college savings. Dad, do I have a college fund? You do. We've been saving since you were born. How much? Enough for in-state tuition. If you want private or out-of-state, you'll need scholarships. That's fair. Mom was quiet, listening, not participating. After Michael left for his room, she spoke. You're a good father, Daniel. Better than I was a mother. Thanks. I mean it. You're giving him security, options, the things I never gave you. I'm trying. You're succeeding. We sat in silence. Then she asked, do you ever think about the money? The $258,000? Sometimes. Do you hate me for it? I thought carefully. I did, for a long time, but hate takes energy, and I needed that energy for building my own life. So you don't hate me anymore. No, I'm disappointed, hurt, cautious, but not hateful. That's progress, for both of us. She smiled. Sad smile. I think about it all the time, about what I cost you, the years, the opportunities, the life you could have had. I have a good life now. You built it despite me, not because of me. True. I'm sorry for that. I'll be sorry until I die. I know. Does knowing help? A little. Acknowledgement matters, even if it doesn't undo damage. I wish I could give it back. The money, the years, the trust. You can't, so don't torture yourself trying. What can I do? What you're doing. Respect boundaries. Show up appropriately. Be the grandmother Michael deserves. That's enough. Is it enough for you? It has to be, because it's all we have. She left shortly after, hugged Michael goodbye, hugged me carefully, drove home to her small apartment, and I felt okay. Not healed, not whole, but okay. Sarah found me on the porch, staring at nothing. You okay? Yeah, just thinking. About? About how far we've come. Mom and me? From complete estrangement to monthly dinners? That's something? It is. Is it enough, though? Will it ever be enough? Enough for what? To call it healed, to call it resolved. Dan, some things don't heal, they scar. You learn to live with the scars. That's not failure, that's survival. Is that what this is? Survival? No, this is thriving. Despite scars, that's different. She was right. I was thriving. Career, marriage, son, savings, life. All the things I'd sacrificed for Mom, I'd eventually reclaimed for myself. That was the real victory. Not getting the money back, not getting an apology, not even reconciliation. Just reclaiming my life, my choices, my future. Mom was a chapter, an important, painful, expensive chapter, but not the whole story. The rest was mine, and I was writing it well. Michael graduated high school with a 3.9 GPA, got accepted to University of Florida. Engineering program, partial scholarship. We covered the rest with the college fund. No loans, no debt, security, everything I'd wanted for myself. I gave to him. At graduation, Mom sat with us, cried when Michael walked across the stage, hugged him afterward. I'm so proud of you, she told him. Thanks, Grandma. Your father gave you an amazing foundation. Don't take it for granted. I won't. She looked at me. Oh, you did good, Daniel, really good. Thanks, Mom. I know I didn't give you this. Didn't give you security or support or a college fund, but you gave it to Michael. You broke the cycle. That matters. It does. I'm sorry I couldn't be better for you. You're being better now. That counts for something. Does it count enough? I don't know. Maybe someday. Ask me in another 10 years. She laughed. Fair. Michael left for college that fall. Cried when we dropped him off. Called 3 times the first week. Homesick. Overwhelmed. Normal. Mom sent him care packages, cookies, snacks, encouraging notes, grandmother things. He appreciated it. Texted her thank yous. Called her sometimes. They had their own relationship now. Independent of me, independent of history, just grandmother and grandson. That was good, healthy, the way it should be. And I could step back, let them have that, without managing it, without controlling it, without fear. Progress, real progress. When I turned 50, Sarah threw me a surprise party, 50 people, friends, co-workers, family. Mom was there, in the background, not center stage, just present. At the end of the night, she approached me. Happy birthday, Daniel. Thanks, Mom. 50 years old, you've built an amazing life. I have, despite me, partially because of you. You taught me what not to do. That's valuable, too. She laughed. That's a kinder interpretation than I deserve. Maybe, but it's true. Daniel, can I ask you something? One last time? Go ahead. Do you forgive me? I thought about it. Really thought. 10 years. $258,000. Marcus. The betrayal, the pain, the long recovery. And then I thought about now. Monthly dinners, appropriate boundaries, respect, effort, consistency. I'm working on it, I said. Forgiveness isn't a destination, it's a journey, and I'm still traveling. That's fair. But, Mom, thank you for trying, for changing, for respecting the boundaries. That makes the journey easier. I owe you that, and so much more. You don't owe me anything. We're building something new now, something different. That's enough. She hugged me. I hugged back. And for the first time in 20 years, it didn't feel forced. Progress. Real, actual progress. I spent my life saving for my mother's retirement. She spent it on a fantasy with my high school bully. It cost me everything: years, money, opportunities, dreams. But I survived, rebuilt, thrived, built a life bigger than her betrayal, a family stronger than her mistakes, a future brighter than her past. And in the end, that's the real story. Not the theft, the recovery, not the betrayal, the resilience, not the loss, the rebuilding. She took 10 years from me. I gave myself 40 more. She cost me $258,000. I built wealth beyond that. She married my bully. I married my soulmate. She chased fantasy. I built reality. And when the math is done, when the scores are tallied, when the story reaches its end, I won. Not because I hurt her back, not because she suffered, not because karma caught up, but because I refused to let her choices define my story. I took the pain, the betrayal, the loss, and I built something beautiful anyway. That's the ending, the real one. Not reconciliation, not complete forgiveness, not perfect healing, just life. Messy, complicated, scarred, but mine. Finally, completely, irrevocably mine. And that's everything.